I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her. No mask, no tricks, just a heart that's pure. I don't need much, just your truth to love me back as I love you. I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her. Vulnerable, scared, but brave enough to stir. Take my hand, see my worth, be the one to love me.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, straight ahead, I see it.
Heidi shop, it's closed already.
Yeah. Mixed soup, salad. So everything has a. Are you impressed by my journal?
Kinda. Very unexpected.
Fun?
Uh-huh.
Wasser. Dankeschön. Okay. You first.
Great.
So you could tell that the Germans.
By the way, how it's called.
Yeah.
Soft whispers in the morning light, your smile that makes my world so bright. Hand in hand we'll walk this way, our love grows stronger every day. I never knew I could feel this way. You're the one I want, come what may. Sweet nothings you whisper in my ear. Our wedding day is finally here. In white lace, I'll meet you there. Forever ours, a love so rare. Butterflies dance in my chest. With you I know I'm truly blessed. Our vows, a promise we'll keep. This moment forever will reap. I never knew I could feel this way. You're the one I want, come what may. Sweet nothings you whisper in my ear. Our wedding day is finally here.
I see it from here.
In white lace, I'll meet you there. Forever ours, a love so rare. Through ups and downs we'll stand strong. Together is where we belong. Our story's just beginning, can't you see? It's you and me for eternity. Sweet nothings you whisper in my ear. Our wedding day is finally here. In white lace, I'll meet you there. Forever ours, a love so rare.
We're almost there. Oh, wagging your tail.
You want me to bite you? Or I'll bite you.